What are we doing? You read the title, right? First impressions on the Spartan Harsey folder. But first, if you're watching on headphones, turn down the volume because here comes a little bit of music. Before we actually get into it, just a reminder, there is merch in the merch store. Coffee cups, sweatshirts, t-shirts, all kinds of stuff. So go check out the merch store. Links down below. Let's go look at Mike from the past when he actually told you about this knife. So this is the first impressions. Please don't go down in the comments and throw anything in about specs and things like that because there is a full review coming. I received this knife Friday. Opened it yesterday. This came from Neves in the epic unboxing that you saw. This is the Spartan Harsey Mayan calendar. And so we're gonna look at it. It's just my first impressions of the knife. We'll turn it around so you guys can get a close-up look at it. I might get some, I have my calipers. We'll look at some blade thickness and a couple things like that. Might do a couple size comparisons, but just first impressions. And I'm gonna tell you guys, I really like this knife. I'm going to make a comparison to another knife when we get turned around and I'll show you. Really, really similar in a lot of aspects. This is, this has been a part. So I do know the internals. It was kind of dirty. You know, nothing against Jared. I mean, I know that he gets these knives. He got these knives from someone that he calls Mr. Amazing or Mr. Incredible or whatever he calls him. So don't know who all's carry it. Don't know who all's used it. I did take it apart and clean it because I wanted to have the action clean and fresh. And this will be one of the ones that I tear down, but we're going to take a look at it because not only is this knife just really well done and comfortable in hand, it is really, really striking to look at. So let's go ahead and I'll meet you down at the mat so we can get some sizes and I'll do a couple size comparisons and stuff, but I might get some weight. I'm not gonna lie to you, this is heavy and I'm just curious how much it weighs. So first impressions, not a full review. I'm not gonna get any specs. So no, I'm not gonna weigh it actually, to tell you the truth. We'll just look at maybe get some size on it, size comparison. So meet you guys down at the mat. All right guys, so this is the Mayan calendar Spartan Harsey folder. This is the full size. I do know there's a smaller one and I do know they have several variations of this knife in different engravings, different things like that. I think Jared showed a picture in a video. I did watch his video about it, but I didn't watch it real closely. But I've seen this as well of having glanced at it in Jared's video, that there is a version of this that has stones set in the hands. But you can see this is just a gorgeous knife. The pocket clip is reversible. Not a horrible pocket clip, guys. It is a very nice bearing, or no, I'm sorry, not bearing, but this is a washer knife. I'm going to turn this light off actually. Maybe that'll detract from some of that glare we were getting. So yeah, now we're getting a better true color render. So this does run on washers. I actually had this apart and greased it and everything. It's a little bit smoother than it was. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, this reminds me a lot of the Sebenza, and I'm gonna go grab mine, and while I'm doing that, I'm gonna lift you guys up a little bit so I have a little more room to work with. I was saying, it does remind me a lot of my Sebenza in the way that the action feels, and that's about it. It is not quite as smooth as a Sebenza, but I imagine that after some break-in, because this is fairly smooth, I would imagine it might break in like a Sebenza, but it's the same kind of thing. Washer knives are very, very similar in their feel and everything. So, and if you hear some noise in the background, it's because my wife is actually in the kitchen and she's doing puzzles and things like that. So sorry if there's any background noise. But so let's go ahead and let's keep looking at this thing here. So on top of the fact it's striking, the blade is really, 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 it's a big blade. This is a full-size knife. This is not a small knife. I'm not going to make specs or anything. It's just about 9 inches. I did have it on the mat, so I know it's just right about 9 inches overall. Just a little bit, maybe a little bit longer than that. But I will tell you that the blade stock on it is not horribly thick. It looked a lot thicker when I thought it was thicker than that, but it's 0.15, 0.156, 157-ish blade stock thickness. So yes, you guys did purchase me a set of calipers. Not a super expensive set, but yeah, hardware on it's really good. Pocket clip's really nice. Like most of the Spartans, or all of the Spartans, I think, got the little arrow in the pocket clip. There is one thing I wish it had. I wish it had a sharpening choil. I'm not a fan of terminating blades like that. I know that some people don't care. For me, it's an aesthetic thing, and it also, you know, it's hard on your stones when you start having to bump into stuff like that. But nice S35 VN blade. It is so comfortable in hand for as big and thick as it is. The jimping is kind of aggressive, but not so much that it's not like painfully aggressive. I've had knives come in, ADVs especially. The jimping is just painfully aggressive. Nothing jimped where it doesn't need to be, like in here, which would hurt your fingers. Some people like jimping in the lock bar area here. I personally don't like it. I find it uncomfortable. So nice big pivot. I did have this apart. The pivot is rather large and beefy. Nice hardware. Nice overall fit and finish. So yeah, I'm pretty sure this is going to get a good bit of pocket time. There's another one in the stuff that Jared sent me from Neve's Knives. Look at that. Look at that pattern. There's another knife in here that is heavily engraved. It was in the set, and that's that Hinderer XM18. I'm pretty sure those are going to get a lot of pocket time. I am a fan of the newer XM18s. So, yeah. William W. Harsey. Got his signature engraved in it. Nice, clean, crisp engraving, too, guys. Look at that. Spartan blades. Finish on the blade is really nice. Thumb studs are not too aggressive, just the right height. I wish it's not quite as thin as I would like. It's a little thick behind the edge, and it's got a fairly coarse edge on it, as you can see. Don't get me wrong, it is sharp, but I'm not sure if Jared sharpened this or if this is the edge it came with. I'll have to ask him. But the edge and grind are really consistent, not too asymmetrical, as you can see. One of the things that I really get upset about is when you pay a lot of money. Now, I don't know the price of this knife yet because I said it in a live feed this morning. Until I get to the point of doing the actual review on a knife, I don't like to know the price. So I would imagine this is not a cheap knife. I mean, the intricate engraving and everything on it and just fit and finish would lead me to believe this is more of a high-end price knife, but I won't know until I get ready to do the review. So let's go ahead and do a little bit of final thoughts on this and wrap this up for the initial impressions. Really, really, really like this knife. Now Jim Skelton has one, and I understand why he's been posting so much about it. So overall, guys, for first impressions, I'm really liking this knife. I don't know if it would be something I would add to my collection. We'll see here. A little bit of carry time. We'll see. But I want to see how it cuts. And Jared told me I could do whatever I wanted with this. So there will be a teardown video. I've already had it apart once. It's pretty much your standard washer knife, but it's nice inside. The washers they use seem to be pretty nice. I didn't see a lot of wear in this. I think this is a fairly new knife, but it was fairly dirty when it first came in. But yeah, I like how it's assembled. I like how it's built. Nice and smooth. Not quite as smooth as my Sebi, but after having taken it apart and greased it up a little bit, it has loosened up. Even since this morning, it's loosened up a good bit, and there's not as much wear and like drag in the action. So we'll see over the next couple weeks what I think about this, because you guys will see a video go up of the actual review of this knife. I'm going to try and do one more first impressions of one of the knives that Jared sent me. They're going to be some of the first ones I carry because they're the ones that really spoke to me. And I think it's going to be this one, a Hinderer, and there's another one in there that I really, really liked. And it's one of the budget knives that came in. So we're going to take a look at that as well. So guys, I love you all. If you really like the video, if you like the videos, give them a thumbs up. If you don't like them, give them a thumbs down, but please tell me why. If you really like the videos, there is an applause button and a join button below. The join button is a monthly subscription to the channel. You get exclusive content, exclusive giveaways, early access to videos like this one. And the applause is if you just like the video and you want to just give me a good video, good job, you want to throw some money towards the channel just on a one-time thing, that's available as well. It's like super chat for pre-recorded videos. So guys, I'm going to put stuff in the corners. Of course, Knives Knives is going to be a link to his channel because, as always, he's been helping me out a lot. Metal Complex as well. Big shout out to him. They're trying to help me navigate the affiliate links that you're going to start seeing below. So hopefully by the time this video gets up, there may be a Blade HQ, maybe an Amazon. There's already one for Survival Frogs. Survival Frogs has all kinds of stuff. They already supported the channel once. They sent me the hand warmers. So not to pontificate any longer, you guys, I love you all. Take it easy. I'll see you in the next video. And here comes the channel supporters scrolling up at the end. I'll see you next time.